Considering the unusual circumstances, obviously with the bubble and the injuries that your team endured, do you think it's fair to characterize this firing as a bit premature?
I mean, obviously, I would think so, but there's people that make decisions that are in charge, and those are the things you have to go with. So I'm fine with it. They wanted to make a change. I still think I'm a good basketball coach. I still think that team is going to be a very good basketball team. It's a bunch of young guys just trying to find themselves. But as I said, the people in charge decided that it was time to make a change. So I'll go with that and just move on to my next venture.
A statement and then a question. The statement first. You got screwed. It's not fair what happened. I don't like it one bit. David Griffin, I'll deal with him later. Here's my question to you, Coach. Did this catch you by surprise, or did you see this coming?
I would have to say that it did catch me by surprise, but obviously when you're in a situation where you're trying to to get a franchise going and you got a bunch of young guys, these kind of things can happen. As I said, I think that team is going to be a good basketball team. Obviously health is a big concern, and when they get everybody healthy and play, they got a lot of talent there. Obviously they got draft choices coming from Lakers, and there's a lot of flexibility there. So I felt like it's going to be a good basketball team, but they made the decision, and you just have to live with it and just got to move on.
Hold on, Max, for 1 second. Coach, could you tell us what they told? Could you tell us exactly? First of all, I'm assuming it's David Griffin that gave you the news. But secondly, and more importantly, assuming that's true, what did he say to you? Did he just dismiss you and say we were moving in a different direction? Or did he tell you specifically why you were let go?
No, he just said they were moving in a different direction. And, I mean, if they've decided that, then, what am I going to do from there? So, we talked, and we talked about, are we on the same page or not? And, so those are the conversations that you have. But like I said, he has the prerogative to move on and find his own guy. And, as I said, I've been in this league a long, long time, and I'm fine with that. I just it doesn't personally affect me because I think I'm a good coach, and I think given the opportunity, I could have been a good coach. I could have been a good coach there, and I think we could win some games because, as I said, I think it's a talented bunch of young guys. They got 4 20-year-olds on that team, and a 22, a 23, and a 24-year-old, and all of them are going to be guys that are going to be really relevant as to moving forward. So got a good young bunch of guys, and I would have liked to have been there to help develop it, but, I'm not, and I don't have any bitterness whatsoever. I'm going to move on. I'll pull for them, because I like the kids there, and I think there's a lot of good people there. So,
Coach, to get into what Stephen A. said about you got screwed, you did seem to get a raw deal, or at least get very unlucky in the sense that for several years, everyone's hurt all the time. And then you have all this draft capital and everything, or all this young talent because of the AD trade, and then you had them going. Like, you can't just throw a bunch of young guys together and start winning, but after a while, then you started having it going, and the starting five in particular was very effective playing together. Then the pandemic hits, and there are all these high hopes for the bubble, but you're dealing with a franchise restriction in terms of minutes on your best player, and he comes in not in basketball shape. You have to deal with that. And so the Pelicans were an enormous disappointment in the bubble, but it was happenstance and kind of bad luck. Can you speak to your fortunes in terms of coaching this team?
Yeah, I thought we were playing really good basketball before the pandemic, and if you go back and look, I think we much have found ourselves, and up until that point, we had the toughest schedule in the league, and our last 18 games we're going to be scheduled in the NBA. So obviously you still got to play and you got to win those games, but we liked our situation from the standpoint of we felt like we were playing good basketball, and we were going to have an opportunity to make a run at the playoffs regardless of what. So we did not play well in the bubble. And, obviously somebody has to answer for that. And, it's usually the coach. So that's not a surprise to me. And you just, as I said, you sit down, you talk, and I had a discussion, and we just moved on from each other, and that's fine.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.